Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to Car Question. I'm gonna do a top 2018, the best family car, the best mid-size sedan, and this is right now. We're gonna start with position number 10, the Volkswagen Passat. For 2018, well, you've got a new 4-cylinder engine, you've got the base blind spot monitoring system and automatic emergency braking. That's going to come standard in the car. You've got a great 4-cylinder engine turbo, which is kind of powerful. You've got the rear seat and the trunk, which is generous when it comes to space. And you've got that new warranty for the US and not for Canada. And I don't know what's happening, folks. Why don't we have that nice new warranty here? What's happening? Why don't you like us? Well, the tactile screen is kind of small. Also, the transmission, which is gonna search sometime, there's no such enjoyment when you drive that car. It's missing something. So that's why it's position number 10 right now. So let's go into the 9th place with the Ford Fusion. The Fusion didn't receive any change for 2018. What's happening? We might have a new version soon though. And the sports model is really fun to drive. It's powerful. You've got great power coming out of this EcoBoost engine. The all-wheel drive is available if you want to get that power to the tarmac. The interior is really neat. It's well crafted. You've got a lot of security features that come standard. The multimedia interface, though, needs some improvement over time. It's not as flashy as the competition. The fuel economy, each time that you go with some EcoBoost engine, you see something on papers, you check the little numbers, sometimes it's even written 91 octane, 93 octane, depending on the car. You can't even reach the same fuel economy that they do. At least here in Canada. How about you guys in the States? When it's written on paper, let's say 9 liters per 100, are you able to do that? For you, it's going to be in miles per gallon though, but still, with EcoBoost engine, I cannot achieve that. Maybe my foot is too heavy, or when you've got some boost power, the fuel consumption goes to the top. Anyway, and the base engine of the Fusion is not really strong and not really fun to have in the car, but it's probably better for fuel economy. We're going to go with number 8 in Nissan territory with the Altima. So every Altima for 2018 will come standard with forward collision warning and automatic emergency braking. You will have the optional 7 inches touchscreen that will now add Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone compatibility. It was about time. And the seat in front of the Altima are probably one of the most comfortable out there with a lot of support. You've got that great fuel consumption. And if you go with the SR model, you've got that great road handling and you're going to be able to bite some curve. The interior quality though, woo, plastic inside when you compare it to the competition. The multimedia system feels like Tron. Not the recent movie though, the old one back in the 80s. Now we're getting into Korean territory with number 7 and 6, but number 7 will belong to the Kia Optima. You have for 2018 a 7 inches touchscreen, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, rear parking sensor, and blind spot monitoring with cross traffic alert that comes standard on all Optima model. The interior space is abundant. You've got initial quality that is great. And by the way, I'm talking about initial quality here, not long time life of the car. How about you guys? What do you think about that initial quality that they brag so much about in all the publicity of Kia? You know, they always say that they're the best, but I don't see a lot of car of this manufacturer that are like 15 years old in the parking lot where I go to. The interior is really classy and the hybrid is really a performant car. And you've got a tons of feature for the base money, for the base equipment that you have with that car. The fuel economy is kind of average for this car. The 1.6 turbo engine doesn't give you much punch. And the visibility in the rear is not that great. Let's go to number 6, the cousin of the Kia, the Hyundai Sonata. You've got a refreshed style for 2018. The direction, the suspension has been recalibrated. You've got all models now that come standard with the blind spot detection, the rear cross traffic alert, and lane change assist. And new for this year, you've got the 8-speed that comes with the 2.0 liter turbo. The initial quality is kind of okay, and if you don't know what that is, well, feel free to comment that in the section down there below. And you've got tons of equipment, even with the base model. You've got a spacious interior, even for the trunk. You've got that easy to master multimedia interface. And the fuel economy is kind of average. 1.6 turbo that doesn't give you much though. And the space in the rear is more restrained when you compare it to other cars in the segment. It's strange, I feel like I'm repeating myself with the Kia and this one. Let's get with number 5, the Subaru Legacy. This is the perfect car that you have balance between power, adventure, all-wheel drive capability, and that will bring you out there. You know, Subaru is gaining more and more sales over the time, and the Subaru Legacy is a perfect example of why it's happening. So for 2018, finally they refreshed the style of that car and even most the interior, and it was about time. So you've got a high security ranking with that car. If it's important for you, well, think about this one. The all-wheel drive, which is standard. And you might say, Matt, why do I need all-wheel drive if I live in Florida or where it's Sunshine State? Because guess what? It's not always green out there. You might hit some mud, some waters, I don't know, some difficult terrain out there that will need you to keep control with the car. So if you have that, that might be a plus though. The 3.6R engine is interesting. You've got great punch acceleration with it. You've got great visibility in that car. But the downside of it, still the same engine time after time after time. And the 2.5 liter, well, if you can move away from that engine, go with the 3.6. It's less refined. And it might be a little bit less refined also when it comes to road handling or the feeling. You know, that car is a little tractor out there. It won't give you the same sound and sonorization that you get inside the other car of the segment, but still it's going to be able to bring you anywhere. So that's what I like about the Legacy. And finally, the engine power might be a little bit less when you compare it to other cars out there. Still, let's go with number 4, and I'm gonna surprise you with American car. So the Chevrolet Malibu, there's no major change this year though, but they're offering the red line package. Yep, this is gonna change the appearance of your Malibu, and we often forget that car. I don't know why, probably because it's much more related to a rental than somebody who bought this car, at least here in Canada. So you can get great deals also on the car. You've got a lot for your money. You've got a spacious interior. The hybrid system is really efficient and performant. And you've got the technology inside, that the Wi-Fi 4G hotspot. You've got also the Midzise system, which is really great. Although the base engine is not really interesting, the 6-speed is also archaic, and the visibility outside is not that great. So let's enter our top 3. And by the way, there's no bad car in that top 3, even in the top 5. Believe me, there's impressive cars. So it was really hard to make some choice. But anyway, drum roll. Boom, here we go. Top 3. We're starting with the Camry. Well, it's been completely redesigned, and this car is an amazing one. It's more aggressive than ever. You cannot say that Toyota didn't try to do something nice with that car. It's spacious. You've got the distinction also with the sports model that I love. You've got a firmer chassis more than ever. It doesn't feel like vanilla, you know, suspension, moving around with comfort. No, you've got more road bite of that car. You've got the interior, which is really easy to master with all its buttons. But there's a price to pay for that, and it's kind of higher than the previous version. You don't have any Android Auto or Apple CarPlay in the car, but don't worry, there is hope! Because the new Toyota Avalon has those features. The sonority of the engine when you're gonna accelerate also is not that great. And let's go with number 2. There's been some movement in our favorite car of the year when it comes to family sedan or mid-size sedan. Well, the Mazda 6 fell 1 position. New for this year is the new turbo engine. Finally, the Mazda 6 will have some punch at 250 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. I cannot wait to see if it will bite the tarmac. You've got that great fun of driving. You've got that unlimited mileage warranty in Canada. Yay! Not in the States. Anyway, you've got also the G-vectoring control. The turns are going to be easier than ever with that. Fuel economy is there. You've got that gracious styling. I love the style of that car, even if it's a few years old. The suspension, though, can be real harsh in pothole territory, and that's here in Quebec. And you've got that multimedia system that it's showing more and more its age right now. no hybrid, no all-wheel drive, but it's still a prime car to consider. And now it's time for number one. Big winner is the Honda Accord. Yes, we're running in it right now. It's the North American Car of the Year. Usually I don't say, oh, it's the better car because it won the award. But once I drove this car, I understand. Completely redesigned. The 2.0 turbo engine is really performant. The multimedia system is there. Better than ever. Tons of security, finishing, build quality, rolling link. All those greatness in the Accord, but it's gonna have to prove that the turbo engine will all the time over 10 years from now. So anyway, it's the Car Question top family car, top mid-size sedan of the year for 2018. And I think it's well deserved. What do you think about that, guys? Feel free to comment in the section down there below. Did we miss something? Tell us what you think and do a thumbs up and also subscribe to Car Question because we will have more video for you, the passionate about cars. Take care.